Hello friends, it's Luigi Snar again. Today we're going to be talking about Greece and Rome. Greece would honor their Olympic gods and they would form city-states and colonies. The city-states are capable of running by themselves and were mainly oligarchies. The two most powerful city-states were the Sparta and Athens. Sparta was able to create one of the strongest armies of all time. Athens grew thanks to all the trading they did and to their strength. Democracy emerged from Athens, and it means it was ruled by its people. Other discoveries like philosophy, science, and dramas were beginning to be explored.
After the fall of the Mycenaean civilization in the 8th century BCE, people began to spread out and claim land and territory. Literacy was lost, and the Mycenaean script was forgotten. The people were lost and without a centralized government. People were going everywhere and they didn't know how to bond together and how to protect themselves. To solve this, the people began to start small foraging, hunting, and farming villages. As these villages grew larger, as more people wanted in, they began to evolve into something more. The villages built marketplaces so that trade could coexist with the people, community meeting centers so that the villages could decide the fate of everyone. They also developed governments and organized their citizens according to a set of laws. The two most important things they did, though, were they raised an army, a very strong army that could protect them from outside invaders, and they collected taxes. Each village believed that they were protected by a particular god or goddess. These people owed a great deal of reverence, respect, and sacrifice to their god. They would build shrines and hold rituals for all of the god and goddesses. These villages began to evolve, like I said, but they evolved into something called city-states. And the city-states were ruled by one person, usually a monarchy. The city-states banded together to keep out the Mycenaeans from the north. They shared their culture, religion, beliefs, and their military power. This made the city-states strong and connected. It kept the people together, so everyone felt safe. From this point on, the city-states acted unified together. This is how the great city of Greece was born. Greece's legacy began to spread to their neighboring countries. These countries could sense how strong Greece was becoming, and they were afraid that Greece would try to overtake them and take their land. So what did they do? They became allies with Greece. Greece stayed strong for almost 700 years, until a group of Roman soldiers invaded and took everything. They started a chain reaction with many other surrounding countries who also wanted to take what Greece had. This was the fall of Greece. Even though Greece happened a long, long time ago, we can still see its contributions to the earth, civilization, and all its influences. Rome is most known for influencing the start of the Roman Empire, their accomplishments in math, the arts, and science, creating democracy, the Olympics, and military combat skills that are still in use today. Greece was a great civilization, far ahead of its times, whose beauty and knowledge will live on for many generations to come.
Alexander the Great was a powerful leader that conquered many lands. He created a strong city called Alexandria, and it was the main trading center.
After Greece, Rome had risen in 753 BC.
Rome was said to be founded by Romulus and Remus. They were thrown into the river after their mother had them with Mars, the god of war.
The boys washed up on the banks of a river in between two hills. Later that day, a she-wolf found them, and she decided to take them in as her own. While the she-wolf was away a few years later, a farmer and his wife also found the boys. The couple decided that they would also take them in. When the boys grew into men, the couple told them of their true origins, how their father was a king, and how it was said that someday they would be great rulers. origins, the brothers decided to found a city on the hill where they washed up. Romulus favored the Palatine, which was the hill on the right, and Remus favorited the Aventine, which was the hill on the left. The boys didn't know which hill was better, so they took birds as a sign from the gods. Remus saw 6 birds on his hill, and Romulus saw 12. So therefore the brothers picked Romulus's hill to found their city on. This is how the great Roman Empire was found. From their homeland on the Italian peninsula, the Romans spread outward to dominate the Mediterranean.
The founding of Rome was heavily influenced by Greece and Greece's philosophies. Greece's ideas gave Roman scholars the ideas to create inventions that will push them farther into the future and make them better than Greece. We know for a fact that Rome used Greece inventions, but just improved them so that they would fit in with Rome's lifestyle. Rome has made many contributions to modern government, law, politics, engineering, art, literature, architecture, technology, warfare, religion, language, and society. Much like Greece, Rome was very ahead of its time, and it was very developed for its time. Rome professionalized in its military combat and its ability to overtake nations that were smaller than them, and sometimes even bigger than them. They used their military to control everyone around them. They used their military also to take land that they wanted. This is how the Roman Empire grew so quickly, because they used their military, just like many others. You can say that Greece and Rome were the 2 most important ancient civilizations of all time. If you really think about it, almost everything you have today come from Greece and Rome. So you should be appreciative of their expertise.